Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So what we're doing today is, yeah, you can see I've started stitching in. I've put the spine in my autumn journal and I've started stitching around. I've stitched down all the spiny bits. You don't have to, if you glue them in well, you don't have to, but I like to. So what I want to do is I want to put a flap over pocket, and I want it about 3.5 inches. Let me see. If you've got a scoreboard, use your scoreboard. So that's about it. So it'll fit a 3-inch tag in. Right, we'll move this out the way. And this is an A4 piece of paper, which is just slightly different size to the letter size in the US. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it off here, and I'm leaving that probably about 1/4 inch. And we'll put this over here. And then what I want to do is I want to fold this flap over. This is stiff paper. It's not quite card, but it is stiff paper. It's what I use for my pages. It's 120 GSM. That'll do. And then just make sure that it fits there, and redo the edge here. Then what I want is I want a flap at the bottom. So I'm just folding that up probably about 1/2 inch, just actually turn it down a bit. Okay, so there we've got the creases. And this is the one that's going to go on the stick on the album, on the journal page. And one of these is going to be a flap, so I think it's going to be that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off, and there we have that. And then we can turn this one up here, and then we can have a look at the page. And when I put the pages in, there is some of these pages, and I've just put 2 in, so it makes it 12 pages, but there's still some of these pages left, and I kept them for pockets and things like that. So that will fit in there, and it's going to go right to the edge. And I think I'll have it a little bit lower than that, so I'm just going to trim probably about 1/2 inch. 7.25. It needs to go up to the edge of there so that it'll fold out, and I think I'll have it there. And I'm going to mitre these just in slightly. And then I'm going to ink round it, and I'm going to put it in both sides. So I'm just putting this in and just guess in the middle. It's probably about it. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to put a line of glue there, and then I'm just turning that round, and I'm going to pop my ruler inside just to make sure that the glue doesn't seep in to the pocket too much. Okay, and then it's going to fit on there. Now, as you can see, there's some script, there's some pumpkins, and what I want to do is I want to mirror this pattern on there. Pumpkin stamps are ready. So, and we'll do, that's a little bit too dark, but never mind. So we'll go for something else. We'll go for this one. This is Friar Brown. I think this is more of a yellowy one, but no, that's better. So Friar Brown. And I'm just going to get some secondary bits just in the background there. So we'll pop that back on there. Then I want some script. So I've got my script stamp. I'm just plugging in my microphone. I forgot. I get into trouble because I talk quiet. So this is just a and I'm not pressing too hard, I'm just okay. And then we'll go on to the back, and I'm going to do more script on this one. So do some that way and some that way, and that'll do that. Then we will go back to, I think we'll do the maple leaf. And we'll do them all different ways. There is maple leaves on the background of this, so okay. And I'm just going to go over with a little bit of Friar Brown. Get the journal. Okay, I was just making sure I didn't the edges of that. And then just put our, okay, and I'm just rubbing that slightly with my finger so it doesn't seep out too much. And just lining it up with the bottom and the sides, and then popping that in. And there we are. So there's our pocket. I have my ticket journal, and this is just avocado dyed paper, and I put a lacy placemat over it, so there's some lacy bits, but that's going to get covered. So I need to decide which page I'm going to, and then we'll just put that to the edge of there and turn that over. So there's no measuring apart from when you decide how wide you want your pocket. And I only want it 3.5 inches because I'll put a 3-inch tag in there. And when you've got the glue and everything, if you decide to stitch it, your 3-inch tag will still fit in there. So there we are, we've got that. So we'll have it on that one. So you just decide once you've done your fold over which side you want it on. Once you've done that, you can fold this up and again burnish it. And then we've got our papers. So again, I'm going to cut from there and we'll have that there. And I'm going to again cut that one to, actually I'm going to leave that one as it is. It measures, the other one I'm did to 7 1/4, this one's 7 1/2, so I'm going to leave it. So again I'm going to ink round it, and I'm going to use Scotch timber for this one. So that's the way it's going to sit on. And that's the way, you know, that's the front, so it's like a perfect pocket. If you wanted the flap on this side like that, what you would do is, instead of cutting off from the flap end, you cut off from that end, but just trim this off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down again in the journal like that. And obviously there's I've not trimmed the paper, not folded it, so that the edges met, which is fine. So I've just trimmed that little bit off. I'm also going to do like a, looks like a wallpaper pattern on it as well. I need my big stamp, and I'm just going to use walnut stain. And we'll just, not really pressing that hard. I'm on that bit. Actually, I'm going to take that off. Because this is going to have tickets on it anyway, so. And my scripty stamp, I think we'll go with ground espresso. It's just a little bit darker than the okay. And then this side we'll do the script stamp first. Just rolling it on and rolling it off. See, I've rolled it a bit too much there, so it's, and then just secondary stamping just to clean the block a bit. Okay, and then I think we'll go with some oxide gathered twigs for this one. It's just a paler colour. I'm actually going to take it off the block and just want it just in bits. Okay, and that, put that one back there. Then what I am going to do is I'm going to get my, oh, it's going on that way, so I want some, no, it's going to be that one. Decisions. So again, and this one's got the foil gold edges around it, although that's not in the journal, but it just lightens it up a little bit. And if I wanted, I could put foil gold edges around the pocket. I might do that with the tag actually. Do I want that down there? Yeah. Because it's got a little bit of blue in, and there is some blues in the page. Okay, and then we can stick this on. Just fold that over, and again I'm putting it down to the bottom. The one thing about these journals, you can flip them over like that so you can see the page, which is quite good. That's why I like doing my pages. Okay, and then we'll just press that up there. And I might put some pockets on there at a later stage. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So we've got them, one to do for autumn, one to do for tickets, so that stains we don't need to. So this is squeezed lemonade, and this one's mustard seed. Just put a little drop of that. Okay, and then I'm just going to drop a little bit of water on it and let it run a bit. Ooh, just put my nails in it. And I know you're not supposed to mix the colours, but these two colours I am mixing. Just want them to, and what have we got here? I think this is a bit of carved pumpkin. It's been mixed with water, so it's a little bit lighter. And again, and it's all just spray stains I'm using. I'm not using any oxides. And again, we'll just mop that up. I really should mop it up with a bit of book page, but I'm just hoping it haven't caught. And then we'll dry it off. So I quite like that effect. And then what I've got here, I've got some mica mist copper, and I have been shaking it, and it's like the distress spritzers, but I've had these for probably about 15-20 years, so I'm not even sure if that, no, it's not going to work there. It's clogged up, and I've got a white top on, which is the worst colour I can have on for doing this. Okay, and I'm going to spray some mist rather than drops. And we'll just let them roll a bit. Okay. And I've got some pixie powders. I've got rich gold here. All autumn colours. I'm just sprinkling it. Don't need an awful lot of these. So we've got copper and gold there. A bit more. Hopefully the copper and gold will mix. It's better. And then I'm just going to dry over this. So what I'm going to do is I'm quite happy with the way that's turned out, but I'm just going to put it under a flat, under my mat that sits under my die cutting machine, just to straighten that out. Right, so I think we'll go with walnut stain. And I think we might do a little bit of fryer brown in there as well. Okay, and I'm using more of a mister to do these. Okay. Right, and I'm just mopping this up with the avocado dyed. Don't mop it up with a digital if it's been printed out on an inkjet. You'll not get a good result. Okay, so I quite like that. Now the paper's got a tiny bit of green in it and a tiny bit of blue, so that's what I'm wanting to use. But I'm going to go with bundled sage rather than, and it is an oxide, so I need to be careful. And it is a pale green like that, so that's fine. Just rub my fingers through it, and we'll just go into the places that haven't got anything. So I'll leave that there, and I'll mop this up. And I'll use this as a pocket or something on the stick it. So we've just got that hint of green now, which that's what I was looking for. Now what I want is I just want a tiny bit, so I think I'm just going to do some on here. Maybe it's a bit too much, but move it about a bit so I can have a bit there, and a bit there. I'll have a bit in this edge. We'll leave that there because that will go green with the, it will kind of show a little bit greeny. So I'm just going to mop it up a bit because I don't want too much. And it's just going to show a little bit. Okay. So I just want to do some water splotches. Let them sit for a while. And then we'll wipe them up. Cool. I like it. You can just put 1 or 2 water splotches with this. And these ones will just... Okay. So that is perfect for what I want. As you can see, it goes... But what I want to do is I want to straighten it out a little bit, so I'm just going to put it under my mat. I'm going to go around it with some Fryer Brown. I am going to do the tag with my angle. And I'm just slightly going over the tag as well, just to bring more ink onto the page, onto the tag, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, and then I want to do some scripty stamps. That one, I think it'll be that one. That will trim it down a bit, but where's my scripty stamp? There it is. And I'm just using this in Fryer Brown, I think. There we are. I'm just going to trim this down. So I'm going to put a ribbon slider in here. And what I want is I want a grommet in there to put a little bit of twine in with a knot on. Doesn't serve any purpose, it just, I quite like doing it. I'm going to do it to this side, I think. And I've got antique brass one in. Oh, I need to change these. It's better. Rough twine here. And not putting anything on it. I'm just tying it in a knot. Give it that rustic feel. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to put one of these wordy labels on. It's not an autumn. It says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And that's where we're going to stick it. Okay, my cloth, because I've got some glue seepage. I want to put some lace, I think. Do I want lace or do I want a bit of ribbon? Now that's going to have to go in there anyway, because I've glued it in. So we'll find some ribbon or lace, one of the two. Okay, so I've got some of this grow grain ribbon. I think it's different lengths, so I think we'll have some of this. And if it's starting to, what I usually do with grow grain is just get rid of all that. And that kind of matches the pumpkins. Now I'm not sure whether to have a tag up there, but I think I want just a knot. So I'm just going to trim this off. I might have cut it too short, but hey ho, if I have, it'll go for something else. So all I do is I just, when I get hold of it, just grab the two ends and just gently pull, because there's not a grommet to keep it. And there we are. and that's how I like it. So that's our first tag. For the autumn journal, and I might put something on there later on. I don't know, it depends on what I'm putting on the other. Kind of straightened a bit. It's because it's cooled off. It was hot, obviously, because I was heating it up. And there you can see there's blue and there's green there, so it's got all the colours. Kind of, I'm quite happy with it. These little tickets, and I think that's enough because I am going to put a big ticket over the top. So what I want is I want that one. I want that one. And I want that one, just like that. I'm going to have to move that one up a bit. Okay. Pumice stone. Pumice stone, we'll try pumice stone. Alright, I'm definitely going to wipe these down because I don't want any oxide on that. And that was an oxide stamp, that ink that I used. Because I don't want anything, I don't want to take too much from the background, but I don't want to I think these are upside down. That's it, that's perfect. So I need to remember next time, pumice stone. Perfect. Just going to ink those two ends because I'm putting them on there. Yeah. And this is something that I used from my card days, arranging your stamps like that, especially when you're doing backgrounds. We did do backgrounds in them days. Do let that out. Dropping again. I'm putting a ribbon slot in rather than a grommet, and all I do is I just bend that a little bit and try and catch the sponge on the edge. And again we'll just go over this around the edges. It's got a bit of pumice stone, a bit brown, a bit of everything on it. And what have we got in here? And I think we'll put this one at the bottom. And I'm not going to put any rope or anything through that one. And we'll have that up there. Now I've got this and I would like a dangle. I think I'll have it hanging from the ribbon. So I'm going to see if I can get some Okay. Right, so we'll just in the middle. And is this one going to go to the side, or is this one going to go to the side? No, this one. And that one there. Okay, put that one back, and then I think what we'll have is we'll have the khaki. Again, I'm going to do the same as what I did on the last tag. Just pull it straight like that. Well, as straight as you can get it. And then just get the end. So I think that's... that one through there, pull that one through there. Usually when you're doing a big knot like this, you can usually see where it's going. So not the greatest scissors, but I am going to, there we are, and I'll do this one the opposite way, and I've got a bit of grip. Okay, there we have it. One of our nice little charms that we made the other day. I love these things, I really do. So we'll get this in our journal, and then we'll have a look at what we made. So hope you've enjoyed your time with me making flap over pockets, page pockets, and that just sits there like that. Now doesn't that look cute? Again, I might put something on there. I could put another tag in there to hide that. I might just stamp the top of that, but there you are. So we've got that one, and we've got that one. So I think I might put something on there. Anyway, from a messy desk and from me, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me. Bye.